We are just one day away from the release of Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, and there's some important information that was recently revealed from Twitch drops, day 1 patches, as well as the game being on 2 discs for Xbox players. Avatar Theory here, hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day, and all of this information is linked in the pinned comment below, and there will be timestamps to specific sections if you want to jump to those sections. But before I continue, I just want to say a huge thanks to everybody that's been supporting my channel, and if you're new here and want to stay up to date with everything Avatar related, then be sure to click that subscribe button. Now, earlier this year there was a Ubisoft Forward event which revealed a ton of information about Frontiers of Pandora, but one thing it also did is if you did watch the stream on Twitch and you connected your Ubisoft account to that Twitch stream, you would be able to get a Twitch drop, which was the slumbering Ikran trinket for a Na'vi weapon. Many people missed out on that, but if you watch certain streamers between December the 7th until December the 17th, not only can you unlock that slumbering Ikran trinket, but you can also unlock the Forest's Dawn trinket if you watch for 2 hours. The one, of course, you have to watch for 1 hour, the other one for 2 hours, and just really an easy way how you can unlock this if you don't want to have any spoilers, like if you are going to buy the game a little bit later on and you don't want to watch any playthroughs, is just connect your Ubisoft account to your Twitch account and then basically open a stream of somebody that's doing the Twitch drops and just let the stream run in the background for just over 2 hours, and then, you know, mute the stream and just don't look at the stream at all. Just let it run in the background. That way you can easily obtain both trinkets without having anything spoiled. But as I said, you have another opportunity to get these Twitch drops between December the 7th until December the 17th. Now, moving on to some more important details is that fact that there will be a day 1 patch and offline mode. Now, I've seen some people who's received their PS5 copies a little bit earlier. I don't know why it was delivered a little bit earlier, but they couldn't play the game at all, as it does require a day 1 patch to essentially enable the game to play in offline mode. I've stated this in one of my previous videos where I said that Frontiers of Pandora does require an internet connection to play, and now we know why. There will be a day 1 patch and offline mode. As stated on the Ubisoft blog post, quote, "The day 1 patch is mandatory to start playing the game. Therefore, a one-time internet connection is required. After that, you will be able to play the game offline and enjoy the Western Frontier without an internet connection. If you want to team up in co-op, an internet connection is required." End quote. So definitely an interesting choice. I mean, I'm sure they knew that certain copies would have been delivered early, and of course if it was as easy as just putting in the disc and playing, which I mean, back in the day that was the whole thing about consoles, just putting in the disc and playing the game, many people would have streamed the game, many people would have uploaded clips, and a lot of spoilers would have been floating around on the internet. And from what I understand, Ubisoft has been very tight on this game regarding, you know, people having access, people having early access, and it is likely because the game is so heavily tied to the movies, and probably their hands is pretty much tied in this instance because Lightstorm Entertainment is also heavily involved. So I can imagine an extra close look is being kept on, you know, who gets early access and what content is being uploaded. So it makes sense that there is a patch that enables you to play the game, but at the same time it is frustrating that there is a day 1 patch that basically allows you to play the game that you just bought. It's just unfortunate that if you buy the game in the store and you never connect your console to the internet, there is no way of playing this game. You need to connect to the internet. So a strange sign for physical games indeed. Now, speaking of physical games, it's also stated that the Xbox version will have 2 discs. As stated on the blog again, quote, "Xbox players will receive 2 discs. In the North, Central, and South America territories, the Collector's Edition and Gold Edition will have the second disc in a white envelope within the case. So make sure you don't miss it." End quote. So the way they stated this, it indicates to me that the Collector's and Gold Edition will have 2 discs for Xbox, but the first sentence just states that Xbox players will receive 2 discs. I mean, it isn't new. There were a lot of games, there have been a lot of games in the past where the Xbox version was 2 discs. We saw it happening in the Xbox 360 and PS3 era. We saw it happening with the Xbox One and PS4 era. So it's not surprising to see this now, but what is surprising is that we're only 3 years into this current gen of console cycle and we're already seeing games being shipped on 2 discs, which is kind of concerning if you think about it, but also interesting with the fact that they're only saying that Xbox players will receive 2 discs. They're not saying that PlayStation 5 players will receive 2 discs, not at all. So probably something about the compression or something, the way, I'm not entirely sure, I don't know all the technical aspects of that, but if you are an Xbox player and you did order the Collector's or Gold Edition, just be aware that you are going to receive 2 discs. I don't know if the second disc is going to be the DLC or the season pass content, or I don't know what it is, or if it's just going to be content that you need to install. I'm not entirely sure, but just be aware that 2 discs will be received for Xbox players. Now, they also spoke about 2-player co-op, stating the following, quote, cross-platform 2-player co-op will be available after you've finished the quest, the Ranhe clan. Once you complete the quest, you will be able to connect with your co-op buddy, explore the Western frontier, and take on the RDA together. In co-op, one player acts as the host, the one inviting to the session, and the other is the guest, the one accepting the invitation. The world will reflect the host's progress as the co-op session begins. Quests and activities you complete in co-op do not need to be replayed solo. The players will keep all progression gained during the co-op session, including gear, items, and collectibles. When it comes to difficulty during co-op, the game will respect each player's individual setting on how much damage you take and how much damage you deal. It will also take into account each player's combat strength, a unified measurement of your equipment and skills. In instances where the difficulty is relative to the player's combat strength, the game will adapt its difficulty level to reflect the host, the one who started the co-op session by sending an invitation, end quote. So quite a lot to take in there, but overall, from what I understand and how I understand it, it works similarly to Far Cry 5, and Far Cry games in general. When you do a co-op session with a friend or a random person, how it keeps progress and how you're able to obtain gear and items and collectibles that you get during the co-op session. But overall, in my opinion, I want to experience the game by myself. I want to experience the story by itself, and once I finish the story, then I may do a second playthrough where I do it with a friend. But I do want to experience the frontiers or the Western frontier by myself first. Then lastly, the Ubisoft blog post also talks about equipment, gear, visuals, and cosmetics, stating, quote, all slots for gear, visuals, and cosmetics will be unlocked by playing the game. If you purchased a cosmetic pack or received one by pre-ordering the game, playing the Gold or Ultimate Edition, or on a specific platform, these pieces will be visible in the game, and you will be able to equip them once you organically unlock the corresponding gear slot in your inventory via gameplay, end quote. So the thing that stands out to me immediately is the fact that they say if you purchased a cosmetic pack, the store was not visible during early sessions, which the content creators had that early play where they played about an hour or two in the game. You saw the store icon, but nobody was able to access the store, and the fact that they're saying cosmetic packs kind of has me concerned in terms of how much cosmetic packs there are. Games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Far Cry 6 had a ton of cosmetic packs in the store, some of them very expensive for what you get, and with it being an Avatar game, I'm not sure to what extent they could have cosmetic packs. I mean, I'm not expecting like a white suit or a pink suit or something like that for your Na'vi, but I fully expect an Ezio outfit because it is Ubisoft after all, and they put Ezio in every single game they have. So I do fully expect an Ezio outfit for your Na'vi, but overall, the cosmetics does have me concerned. We know that with the Golden Ultimate Edition, you do get cosmetic packs with it, but as you can also change the color of your Ikran, I do expect there to be weapon skins and stuff like that as well. Overall, quite a bit of new information to take away from this blog post. I mean, I'm happy that everybody has a second chance to get the Twitch drops for Frontiers of Pandora, but it is unfortunate about the day one patch in offline mode, as well as the Xbox players having 2 discs. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this day one patch and offline mode? For more Avatar content, have a look at the rest of my channel. Until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.